Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for February 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for February 2025. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, I've opened up a competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. Also, happy birthday to all those wonderful Aquarians who've already had their birthday. I hope you had the most magical time indeed. And of course, happy birthday to all of you wonderful Aquarians whose birthday has yet to come. I'm sure you will have a really wonderful time there as well. So let's get straight to your monthly reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding the month ahead? Can you please guide them and show them the way? Well, we've officially moved into your season, my beautiful Aquarians, and this month it encourages you to tap into your free spirit as well as bring out your inner rebel. It's time to try new things, embrace your individuality, be flamboyant, and discover what really makes you unique. You may feel a strong desire to connect with others this month, to be more sociable, involve yourself in the community more, or fill your diary with new events and experiences. Maybe even jump into training for a charitable event or organize giving back to the community in some way. Aquarius season, as you know, asks you to be open to the alternative. So you might experiment with new recipes, watch independent theater or film, cinema, feel inclined to really watch an out there art exhibition or catch something that's digital in some way, or maybe even go back to the old school art where people were breaking, the mold there as well. You could also seek out experimental documentaries or books on the unknown. Maybe even try a new look or style, or expand your knowledge with higher learning. It's really time to embrace the unfamiliar. This is also a month where your genius comes forward with flashes of insight and eureka moments as you innovate all aspects of your life and challenge the status quo to find fresh new pathways to complement any routines or responsibilities that you have to adhere to already. Because hey, that's life. We still got to do what we got to do, but this month it adds extra creative flair, a spring in your step, and a desire to shake things up a little bit. And if you don't know it by now, February really will remind you that you are fabulous, because of course February is often associated with a very commercialized day of romance, but whether you're in a relationship or not, this season really dials up the desire to romance your life a little bit more, as Venus, the planet of unconditional love, offers an extra dreamy feel as it cozies up to Neptune. It's a perfect time to have a heartfelt conversation with those that you really care about, strengthen friendships, relationships, and most importantly, deepen the connection with self. You may feel compelled to book a date night with yourself this month. Do something really special to remind yourself that you've come a long way. Give yourself permission to celebrate the wonderful you. And of course, my favorite planetary shift this month is Jupiter, which stations direct, and in doing so, it shines its benevolence on us once more with rays of good luck and abundance. If you've been receiving tough lessons that you didn't ask for, not seeing results, feeling defeated or deflated, or even submerged in a deeply reflective growth period, it may have been that Jupiter and Mars have been retrograding. But finally, the light at the end of the tunnel appears on the 4th of February, as Jupiter expands opportunity, curiosity, good fortune, and most importantly, sets you up to receive the rewards for all of your hard work so far. Especially since Aldebaran, the star of wealth and good fortune, supports Jupiter's pivot this month as well. Now, we have Mars turning direct on the 23rd of February, which increases your energy, motivation, passion, and ambition. Productivity will reach climactic levels, and it's a great time to manifest and make life happen for you. The North Node conjuncts Neptune in the sign of Pisces this month as well, emphasizing the call to experience the unfamiliar. Expect really vivid dreams this month and lots of wild and wacky original ideas. And of course, on a global scale, please fast forward this part if you really don't want to hear it, but we could see a wobble in the stock market, or at least an honest assessment of how things are really going underneath the surface bluster, which may actually indicate an up-and-coming market correction. This North Node, it can deliver a rude awakening when partnering up with Neptune. It literally bursts the bubble of illusion, especially when printing money out of thin air to float economies on hollow foundations. And when we reach March, April time, that cusp period, Saturn could offer this very strict correction and bring reality to the surface with a bump. Now, the majority of planets are hanging out in water signs without the grounding of Earth, so we might see water-related events occurring around the world. In particular, that underwater volcano I keep seeing in my visions, but also as there is a lack of planets positioned in Earth signs, this can also shake things up seismically and cause plates to shift on a larger scale. I mean, the Earth, it moves all the time, of course, but the planets this month could destabilize some major fault lines. And we're already seeing that happen in Santorini, I think it is. There's a lot of seismic activity going on there underneath the ocean, shall we say, so, or the sea, shall we say. So, you know, this time period kind of affects those areas. Now, with Uranus and Neptune energy literally running the show this month, expect the unexpected, especially the weird and the questionable, because Pluto continues to reveal corruption. I would say expect confirmation on anything that intuitively you already know is going on behind the scenes. It's an expose of truth, and it will continue across the board. Also, Mercury, the 7th planet to join the planetary parade on the 28th of February, it actually creates a beautiful arc across the sky. And on a personal level, it offers you a shift, a solidarity that all that you strive for is somehow coming together. And the moon, it makes a glorious alignment with Jupiter, making this month a perfect time to manifest and muscle in on better luck. Plus, dreamy Neptune in Pisces could reveal a secret admirer. Ultimately, it's a great month to follow your heart and know that the universe has your back and supports you in all that you wish to achieve. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the cards, they're taking a long time to pop the cards out for you. So I feel like you're in a very thoughtful kind of energy this month. This is you being very precise. There may even be, this energy of you caring so much about something that you're taking your time with it. There we go. It's popped out. I mean, I'm now looking at your cards and I see the 6 of Wands, a lot of success this month, a lot of productivity with that Empress energy. The Justice card indicates, an energy of good karma coming your way, but also doing what you feel is right as you move towards success. I can see that you've been working really hard, okay? Really hard indeed. And I feel that a lot of you may have even felt that, especially with the 7 of Swords there and the Page of Pentacles in the resistance position, you may have felt that progress has been slow, okay? Even though we're just in February, it could indicate that, that Mars retrograde has really impacted how all the pieces of your kind of like projects or puzzles kind of fit together. It could be that it's been a bit clunky, shall we say, but I do see that the energy is going to smoothen out for the end of February as you move into March there, okay? Your first card there is the Equilibrium card, which is a Temperance card. So I feel like you're really having patience, you're diligently working towards something. This is also a card that indicates that you're focused on your purpose and mission. You have a purposeful energy about you this month where you're just getting stuff done. And a lot of you, you got Temperance twice. Look at that. Whenever I get a second card that kind of like reinforces the previous card, it basically means, my guides mean what they say. It's like a month where you are keeping the pace at a nice kind of balance. It also indicates that you are prioritizing what's important. You're blending your energy and your skills in order to keep things running smoothly. These two cards can indicate that you are maintaining the status quo, but also you may be planning something. I see a lot of you plotting or planning or organizing something. It could be that you're hosting an event for some of you. Could also be that, you are connecting to people from overseas, or you haven't seen someone for a long time and you're busy chatting to that person, and they may suddenly decide to book a vacation and come and see you, or you organize like a spontaneous and impromptu event. But also this energy, when you apply it to you in particular, because this is your approach to the month of February in general. So this is about you trying out new ideas, really in a very explorative energy. And I feel this is kind of like a month where you're seeking new things, but also like adding different ingredients, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Variety really is a spice of life. So I feel here that some of you could either be migrating your skills in your business, because with the Empress energy, some of you are up for a promotion or up for a really important role or job there, okay? But also, if you are up for a promotion, I see that you'll be signing contracts, and you may move into this position either at the end of the month or in March is what I'm seeing there. But Empress energy indicates promotion vibes, and Six of Wands, of course, is you being heralded for a position or celebrated, recognized for your talents, your skills. It doesn't have to be a promotion. It could also be if you work in an industry where people are appreciating what you bring to the industry. You're making a difference. And the Justice card can indicate new contracts. I mean, also, I'm getting a strong energy that if you're a parent, for example, you may need to implement some strong negotiation skills this month. It could be, especially we've got Page of Pentacles there. It could be that if you have a child or a teenager, for example, or, you have children or teenagers, it could be that one of them tries to kind of like push the boundaries a little bit more, tries to test your patience. But I feel like you're not reactionary. I feel like actually, you talk to this person, with a lot of care, attention, and I feel like you're very direct. Queen of Swords indicates that you are, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, and you're being super honest there. But at the same time, I feel your delivery is diplomatic, but also from a position of authority. So there's an authoritative kind of energy here. And I feel like your child or children or whoever it is you're having this conversation with, because I feel a lot of you, especially with the Empress energy, it could be a parent energy. It doesn't have to be a mother. It can be, a father type energy as well. It's not a gender specific reading, but I feel there could be a very important conversation that needs to be delivered in the month of February, and they're really going to listen. Actually, they really respect you for the way that you handle this. They may not say this at first, but there will be a conversation a little bit later on where the truth comes out, and actually they say, I know you were right. And you're going to be like, can you say that again and let me record you? Say that again so I have proof that you said it. But I actually feel that it's a really nice moment there as well. Now, moving away from that energy, of course, I feel this is about you remaining balanced, because I do feel it's going to be quite a busy month for you. I feel like you're on top of things. I mean, these two cards can indicate cycles. So it can be a period, especially since you have the Justice card, where you're looking at contracts, service providers, subscriptions, things like that, maybe even expiry dates on passports, visas, things that need to be renewed, or things that, tick over and you decide that actually I don't need that service anymore, so you cancel it. Or it can be that for some of you, especially if you've taken like a free subscription of something, a trial period, this is a little friendly nudge to say cancel it if you don't want it, because I feel, eventually, I feel if you called up like last minute or just over the due date, I feel like you could get compensated there. But if you leave it more than 14 days, I feel there's an energy here of you having to pay out the first month and then perhaps canceling it. So you just may miss out a little bit of money there, only because the Page of Pentacles is in the resistance position. So I have to mention it there as well. Now, this card, it really connects to your 7th house, because your 7th house is influencing you at the beginning of the month, and that's all about your partnerships, the people in your everyday circumstances. I mean, this month really for you is all about the people you care about, the people you connect with, whether it's in business or in your community, and your 2nd house is all about the money. So I feel like you are spreading your attention, shall we say, between the two, and I'm not surprised to see that there, because of course one figure is in water and the other is on land. So water is all about, relationships, friendships, feelings. And of course, the 2nd house is all about earth, tangible, material things there. So I do see that you're spreading your attention across the board in those things. I feel like you're making sure that you don't overspend emotionally because you care about a person. They love you no matter what. You don't have to go out there and purchase the highest price thing or something that says, oh my gosh, I've just spent all my wages on you just to let you know I care. Of course, I feel like you're tempering the way that you spend your finances there. I see a lot of you financially this month actually replenishing any kind of excess spending that you did in previous months. More than anything, I feel like you get back on track with that, with a budget, some sort of financial plan there. Some of you may actually utilize like an app or something that feels like a game. This has come up before, maybe even for your sign, I can't remember, but it's coming up again now in the energy I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. And this is really going to help you, because when you feel like you're playing a game, but actually it's your finances and you're seeing that you're doing a lot of savings there, you know, it can actually just make you more excited to save, as it were. The more money you have, the more excited you are to build upon that. I'm not seeing like a gambling app or anything like that, so I just want you to be aware of that. I don't see anything like that here at all, so I'm just going to move away from the energy. It's more of a savings kind of like influence I have coming through there, because this is like a safe energy, so it means that you are kind of like making sure that everything is running smoothly in your life. But also this is about you being in the flow of energy. Now, of course, we are in your season, my beautiful Aquarian, so this could be that you're doing a lot of psychological kind of like cathartic thinking, shall we say, because this can be that you're thinking about your legacy. You're thinking about the journey that you've had to date, who you are, where you've come from, and of course, where you want to take life to next. So I feel there's a big energy here connected to, you know, your journey and your sense of purpose, and of course your true life's mission. So you're going to be very cerebral at the beginning of the month, especially since that Queen of Swords is there. Swords are all about the thoughts, the mind, okay? Also, of course, your plans. So as you can see, there's a map there. It could be that you're doing a lot of mapping your plans out or strategizing, plot pointing for the rest of the year as well. But also this card, you know, it's all about your relationships too. You know, spending your time with the people you really care about, but also making sure that you focus on your projects and your mission, as it were, so that you don't spread yourself too thin. Now, of course, your 7th house is all about, you know, deepening your partnerships and alliances, whether it's in business. Some of you may start up a business with another person, or you may actually have some sort of brand deal or some sort of sponsorship this month. I mean, if you are an athlete, because we have the 6 of Wands there, this is a really great time to be noticed and get a sponsorship deal, or, you know, sign a contract on something that will really nourish your skill set. It doesn't have to be an athlete, though. It could also be that this is a great month for you to meet a manager or someone who can promote your work, maybe even like a, you know, a publishing deal, or maybe even like get some sort of news regarding your industry that there is an opportunity for you to rise, and rise you shall is what I see there, because you have been working really hard. A lot of you could also be thinking about second streams of income, of course, because, you know, your 2nd house of value is influencing you, and this can be where you are looking at where you kind of like give away your power or kind of like undersell your talents, especially if you're creative. It could be that you have problems pricing your work, and for some of you, I feel like you've underpriced in the past, but now you're setting up to kind of increase or think about, you know, the effort that is required to do what you do. So I feel like you could be correcting prices at this time, or making sure that there's reciprocity. You're not overpricing. I want you to be aware of that. So if that's you and you're thinking about calculating how much you should charge for something, it doesn't have to be artistic in nature. It could be something that you're just trying to sell at this moment in time. I feel like you're asking for a very fair amount. You know, you have the equilibrium card, but also you have the justice card, which means you're being true to yourself and you're being true to your skill set and who you are and what you have to offer, and you're not settling for second best, okay? Also, because your 2nd and 7th house are influencing you, there's a blend of those things. So it could be that you're looking at friendships and reciprocity, relationships and the give and take between the relationships there. You know, you're going to be looking at who has your back and be very discerning about the company that you keep here as well this month. Now, of course, you're going to be focusing on like cash, property, budget, savings plans, pensions or 401ks, real estate, really leveling up in your life. And I feel a lot of you, the universe is going to send you opportunities to connect to like-minded individuals. I would say there's networking opportunities here for you as well. And I also feel, you know, the tree is representative of wealth. Okay, so I feel a lot of you are focusing on creating a solid foundation to set yourself up for the rest of the year there as well. But also, of course, the the tree is the family tree. So it could be that you have a lot of family responsibilities on your shoulders this month. I feel like you managed to spread your time equally, doing stuff for you, but also for others there. I feel like you're not forgetting about yourself, which is really great. I feel like you've been doing a lot of personal development and work on yourself there. And I feel here that some of you are reinvesting some of your money to either take a course of learning, a class, or maybe even like get a master's degree, PhD, for example. Some of you are really invested in knowledge, okay? It could also be that you're upskilling or learning something spiritually that helps you understand yourself a little bit more, your belief system there. I definitely see here that you have a thirst for knowledge this month. It's voracious is what I see. But also this Temperance card, you know, I feel it's like blending energy. So some of you, especially if you're retired, it could be that you're spending time between two places, maybe staying with family or a holiday home abroad, for example, or a, you know, retirement environment. Maybe you're spending time in the community, or maybe you have a retirement home or a holiday home abroad. I'm just getting this energy of splitting your time, and you're going to get the best out of it when you have that sense of variety being the spice of life. If you're setting up second streams of income for a lot of you, you could be using your knowledge to do it. It can be that you are either writing a handbook on how to do something, or creating a course of learning online, or just, you know, connecting to some sort of maybe even social media platform that helps you kind of promote your work, but at the same time pays you. I'm not really sure what that could be, but that's coming up there in the water as well. Queen of Swords, super organized, very precise and direct about what it is that you want. But also this is about you cutting ties to the past. So a lot of you in your search for really kind of reinforcing who you are, your morals, your belief system, what you stand for, your set of values, I feel like you may be looking back briefly at all the times where you feel that someone mistook your kindness for weakness. And I feel like those circumstances, they don't trigger you anymore because you're more empowered. You've set healthier boundaries. And I feel this is about you kind of like closing chapters to the past this month as well. And this could be a lot on a very sort of psychological level, because the emotions there, I feel it's almost like they've passed. Okay, it's like you don't feel the same way that you did. And this is a measure that you have closed the chapter and now you're on to the next. Now, also, I feel a lot of you, because you have the Temperance card twice there, okay, this can indicate that some of you hormonally, there may be some fluctuations this month, and it could be that you have to be a little bit more strict with yourself when it comes to certain triggers there, okay, whether there's a food substance or a beverage or perhaps stress. Some of you are looking at managing stress levels. Whatever it is, I feel like you're on top of keeping your hormones in check, or your vitamins, for example. You know, this is a card of focusing on health as well, body, mind, and soul. So I feel like you are being a little bit stricter with yourself, and maybe even trying to continue any sort of New Year intentions that you promised yourself, because this is your approach to the month, okay? Which means you're balanced, you're logical, you're making some decisions. I feel like you're being really honest with yourself, and actually a little bit strict with yourself as well, whether that's with finances or people or situations. I feel like you mean what you say and you say what you mean. And also I feel this is a great card that indicates that you're planning something and you're just booking it in the diary and you're making things happen, okay? I feel like you're not waiting for something, you're getting busy taking action on something. And there's a lot of transformation here as well. So lifestyle changes is what I'm seeing here for you all. But also I feel like you're going to be very productive. Now, of course, there's two people here. I mean, there is a Page of Pentacles as well. So it could be if you are separated from your partner, for example, or you know, you were divorced, for example, because we do have the Marriage card in the Resistance position. Firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you've just gone through a divorce or you're currently going through one. You know, I'm sending you so much love. I can understand how challenging it could be to a certain degree. We all feel things differently, of course, and you know, no one can truly feel what you feel unless they've really walked in your shoes. But what I'm feeling here is some of you, you know, it may be trying to find that tricky balance between, you know, sharing custody of children, for example, or trying to negotiate new times or a new pace to the relationship, or shared experiences, shall we say. And I feel like you actually will be really proud of yourself that you've conducted yourself accordingly. You've been really honest. You've been direct, you know. You're not allowing anyone to step on your toes, as it were. But also I feel like just to keep the peace, I feel like you are accommodating as well. Okay, that's what's coming out there too, especially since we got the Empress energy. So there could be like a negotiation. Actually, because there's a Six of Wands there, you may actually also have a bit of a win. So if you've got an event to go to and you think that actually you're not going to be able to negotiate a time for you to go off and do an event and your ex-partner to look after a child or children, for example, I feel you find that they are more than accommodating, and it's a win for you there as well, okay, which may actually surprise you, but that's coming through there as well. That's very precise. It's not going to resonate with all of you, for example. Now, let's tap into this inner teacher energy. I feel a lot of you are really searching for the alternative knowledge. So it could be that you're looking at alternative news sources, or it could be that you're interested in, you know, the unknown this month. A lot of you are definitely deepening your sense of faith, backing yourself, having confidence in yourself. And of course, February is all about Valentine's Day to a certain degree. So some of you, if you're in like a position where you're single and looking to mingle, I feel some of you, there's an energy of being a little bit detached, almost like, because I feel an invitation coming in for you, and you may go to this invitation feeling like, you know what, I know I'm not going to meet anyone there. And I feel actually you're going to vibe. You're going to have a lot of fun, okay? I feel actually you will vibe with a person who finds you very, very attractive. And I feel there is an energy, especially if you've been in a relationship in the past where a person has ghosted you, or a person has kind of like let you down. Seven of Swords is in the resistance position. So this person is honest, they're true blue. And I really feel that this person, although they may be a little bit younger than you, don't let that put you off. I feel this person is invested. Okay, so I feel you'll meet up again afterwards. I'm not seeing love being a priority for you this month, but if you are single and you're mingling, I see that there is a potential for someone to really find you very attractive, and you're turning heads, and I really feel that this person would raise you up. And, you know, I'll pull a quick card to see how you feel about this person, but ultimately, if you feel that this person is not someone that you'd want to get into a relationship with, I feel like you leave with a friend, at least from that event. I mean, you have the Hierophant, but also you have the Justice card, which can indicate there's a soul contract between you and this person. We've got Three of Wands, we've got the Hermit, and we got the Five of Swords. Now, I would say these cards indicate that in the month of February, you remain single. Three of Wands can be that, you know, this person, you're aligned with this person and actually you're in harmony with your heart's desire. But it can also indicate that you're going to wait and see, okay? Because the Five of Swords can indicate that perhaps you've experienced love in the past that was painful. And it can mean that, you know, there's an element here of sabotage sometimes, especially when you meet a person. It could be that, you know, you think that the person's going to be like the same as the last person, and that's what you've learned. Unfortunately, you may have experienced that, and that's why you think that. So it's not because, you know, you just thought that and it happened. It's that it actually happened, and now you think that. So I feel a lot of you here, there is an energy of you feeling a little bit older than this person. But again, I feel this person is going to kind of try to highlight that they're interested in you. But the Three of Wands, for some reason, it's telling me in February, it's like you may look for the alternative. You know, with the Hermit, it's like a solitary energy, okay? But it could also be that you're learning lessons from the past, and it's that you don't want to rush things. So, you know, I'm really getting an energy of let's wait and see. Let's wait and see the results, okay? And this person's going to work. They're going to work hard to show you. I mean, let me see, way in the future. Way in the future, is this someone that my beautiful Aquarians? Okay. Okay, no. I got to be honest with you. This is an energy of, you know, with the Magician there and the Knight of Wands, I feel like there's a lot of chemistry between you and this person, but you see them as like a, I don't want to say fling because you may not be looking for a fling, but you may see it as a nice flirtation, and you really enjoy the, you know, the attention there. You're not leading this person on, but you see this as fleeting. You don't see this as someone that you really want to invest in for the future. So I feel a lot of you, it could be that you're going to meet a flirtation, and then the next person is the one. Because Knight of Wands, I would say this person is very, you know, passionate. They are presenting to you initially as someone who's interested, but it could be the dynamics that you and this person, you really enjoy each other's company, but both of you are aware that it's temporary, or that it is like ships passing in the night, that you enjoy each other's company, but you're manifesting someone new. So, that's what's coming through there for you, okay? So I would say, because you have the Hierophant here, you are going to get married or into a high-level commitment again if you're looking, but I would say the first person who comes along, use your intuition, of course. It's always important to trust your feelings, but I feel looking at the energy in the cards, it's highlighting that there is someone that you're going to flirt with very heavily. You're going to keep in contact with this person and may even continue as friends with this person. But I feel, long-term soulmate is the next person, okay? Now, this card, it also indicates, because it's in the resistance position, it means you're bucking trends. It means you're being a maverick, you're bold and daring, and you're doing things that are different than usual. And I also feel strongly with this card that there's an energy here. These cards, please look up the meanings of these cards, because they're in the resistance position. This can indicate that someone is disobedient, or someone is, being a little bit mischievous this month, or pushing boundaries, or kind of like tries to push your buttons. So I would just be a little bit prepared. They're not messing with your inner peace. I see that you have erected a healthier boundary. You're like, bring it on. You cannot get to me. And I feel, you win, whatever it is. So if there's a conflict or someone just being a little bit like cranky or out of sorts, this could be, a child, it could be a neighbor, it could be a boss. A lot of you, it could be hierarchical positions, someone who enters into the working environment, for example. They're new, they're fresh, but they think they know it all. I'm being given a sentence that I'm not really sure I should say, but anyway. Okay, I'm just being given a sentence. They think they're cock of the north. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing like a cockerel does a little strut, so it could be that. I'm not really sure, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But this person, because they're hungry for success or hungry to make an impact, it could be that they come in very bullish and try to kind of like step on people's toes. And actually, that's not going to go down very well. But they get taught really quickly that they need to kind of like address themselves accordingly in the working environment. This could also be someone in the neighborhood who has a lot of bluster, who comes in and says, we should be doing this, we should be doing that. And you're like, whoa, hold your horses. We've been here a long time. We should pull together and really conduct ourselves accordingly. Maybe suss out who's who and how we feel about things. It could also be like a landlord, for example, who is kind of trying to pull a fast one in some way, because we have that Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords can also be misunderstood, but often it is connected to a betrayal of trust, or perhaps someone trying to do something underhandedly, okay? I will apply it to the different situations because I'm getting a lot of energy there, but because we have a Page of Pentacles there, I would say someone may try to kind of give you a lot of bluster in order to misguide you, okay? So it could be, I'm just going to apply it to a landlord, for example, if you are, living in a property that you're renting, for example. It could be that a landlord is like, okay, you know what, I have to increase finances because there's just been a lot more services. And you're like, well, show me the services. And they're like, oh yeah, well, here's like a block booking of how much I spent. And you're like, no, I want details. Show me. So it could be something like that, for example. But also it could be like, if there are opportunities available in the working environment, if your boss kind of like lets you know that there are roles available, it could be that some nepotism occurs and someone who is quite junior in their status actually gets a role way above their station, and it could be that it's very questionable. But also I do see you getting a very high status position, and I see you pulling rank on this person, but at the same time it could be that you're watching some underhanded play there, okay? I would also say if you're out and about, it could be that some of you are going to an event, could be a festival or a party or, somewhere, because the Seven of Swords can also be an independent card. It can indicate that you are, independently off on an adventure, or you're booking a vacation, or you're going to a festival or an event, or you're going somewhere, okay? And it could be that you need to just pay close attention to your surroundings. It can be that perhaps, watch your pockets for a pickpocket, because Seven of Swords can also be like, an opportunist. Could also be like, watch your drinks, watch your environment, watch who's in your surroundings. I'm not saying be paranoid, because looking at your outcome cards, I feel like, you're awesome. Nothing goes wrong there, but it's always good to keep an eye on your surroundings. Keep, your possessions like in close range, or don't put them on like the table in a cafe, for example. Someone could just swipe it. You know the deal. You know yourself. You're very savvy. But because the Seven of Swords is there, I'm just saying this is a potential month where someone could be an opportunist. Also, someone could try and steal your ideas. Someone trying to thieve knowledge there. So also, I would say for some of you, not all of you, but you may need to change a password in the month of February as well. So it could be like a breach there. But also, if you work in a company, it could be a test. It could be that IT kind of like do a test of the firewall, for example, and security. Some people are going to click on that link and breach security. And I feel like actually you're very knowledgeable, very savvy. I don't see you doing it because, of course, Seven of Swords is in the resistance position. You don't connect to that. Now, a lot of you may be quietly, privately, actually learning some new skills or information in order to go solo or be an independent worker, be your own boss, be an entrepreneur. So you could be getting advice on how to legally set up structures to become your own boss. And if you're already your own boss, it could be that you're diversifying and trying something new. I do feel this is going to be a very busy month for you. Seven of Swords always reminds you not to rush, because you may miss something or have to return to something. And a lot of you, there's an energy of someone outside of yourself who makes a mistake, and I feel like you'll have to correct it. You save the day because you actually correct whatever it is, and you may cover for someone, is what I'm seeing there. You may not reveal who this person is or what the mistake was. I feel like there's a solidarity there where you're like, I got you. Okay, I got you. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. If you're asked about it, I feel like you'll tell the truth about it, but I feel like you may cover up for someone, or just, cover for someone and let them know, you know what, we're in this together. I mean, it could also be that someone needs a day off work or a day off and needs you to cover a shift, for example, and you'll like step in and cover that shift. So it could be that. So please take that as it resonates. Now, of course, the Page of Pentacles, this is the start of new money. So some of you could hear that you're going to get a bonus, or there's a small increase in finances. It could be in alignment with inflation, for example. Initially, the Page of Pentacles is in the resistance position. So I see a lot of you keeping a close eye on your finances. Perhaps you overspent in previous months, or you're just forecasting what you have financially right now, and you're trying to make your resources go a long way. I see that you're protected by the universe, and you will have what you need, and I feel like you're building even more. So I do see you attracting more abundance as well. But I feel this is a month where you're keeping things at a status quo, where things are just ticking over, and anything you hear about in terms of new money or an increase, it will action a little bit later on. Not in February is what I see, okay? Some of you may get a rebate in February, though, on a tax return, or you may get a royalty, or, some sort of like a commission on something, and you may see an impact of how it, increases in March and April time. Now, of course, that Seven of Swords, it indicates that you're marching to the beat of your own drum. You're not doing anything that, appeals to other people's expectations of you. You're doing things your way. I'm actually hearing that song, I Did It My Way. So you may actually, hear that song over the month, or, there is some good news that comes in connected to that. I mean, you do have good news. Six of Wands is the good news card. It means a victory or a win. For some of you, it could be that you're petitioning for something and you win the petition. Or it could be that you've applied for a permit on something and you get it and you're like, yes. Others, it could be in training for a qualification, certification, and I feel like you pass with flying colors. Whatever it is, I feel there is a major win this month. And for some of you, it could be a major win with your health. If you're waiting for a call, it could be that you get that call and actually, there is a positive energy there. And, you know, the Justice card can indicate that you'll keep your eye on things and you'll keep things at, you know, a level status quo, but ultimately it's really good news, whatever it is, okay? Now, of course, this is the creativity card, so very action-packed month. You're going to be creative, find solutions to any problems. I feel like you are in the ebb and flow of seeing results after taking action. There's cause and effect here for you. This card also indicates you're focused on your health. You're nourishing yourself in a different way, and it's really going to show. You're actually going to look at yourself differently in February, is what I'm being given here. And, you know, you've just come off the back of your first house, so a lot of you could have been implementing beauty routines or purchased sort of new clothes. I really get an energy here if you've been connecting to some sort of personal development project or self-improvement project. I definitely see here you see results, and you're just going to really marvel at how quickly you see these results as well. Now, of course, for some of you, if you're pregnant, this could be a month where, especially if baby, I'm just getting an energy here, if baby was due a little bit later, I feel baby could come early, okay? So maybe a little bit of a surprise there. You're in good hands, all is well, is what I'm seeing, but I feel, you know, if you're pregnant, then there is a strong potential at the end of the month. If you're in and around your due date, of course, I feel there is, you know, a delivery of your baby or babies, depending, and I feel, you know, celebration is in order. And of course, you're going to be an awesome parent. You've got the Empress energy there. But also, for some of you, potentially, if you connect to that flirtation with a person and you have the potential to get pregnant, I would say just be a little bit mindful, because there is a strong potential that you're very fertile and you could get pregnant. And if you don't want to, then of course that's something that you can avoid. So that's that there as well. Now, this card, of course, it indicates more abundance, more prosperity. You're working really hard, you're going to be very productive, and you're going to see fruits of your labor. There is something coming in that you are heralded for. This could be you recognized for a job well done. It could be an award for some of you. For some of you, this is stepping into the spotlight. So if you're online, for example, it could be that, you know, more online businesses or clients actually see your services or goods and they want to purchase, or they want to create an alliance with you. For some of you, there is overseas connections here as well. If you're an entrepreneur and you are launching a new branch of your business or launching something this month, even if you're just launching your business, if you're becoming an entrepreneur, I feel this is a great time for you. Mars is going direct and it really will support your endeavors, and it will fast track success there for you as well. If you're an influencer, this could be you going viral, or if you're a creative, this could be you being famous. For some of you, it could be that you win a deal or, you know, a dream job opportunity there. So I definitely see that you are being seen. A lot of you, this energy can be that you are appreciated by your family and for all of your investment in what you do, or investment in your friendship circles. This is about you, you know, achieving a goal as well. It doesn't have to be a promotion, it doesn't have to be a qualification. For some of you, it can be that, you know, you got out of bed and you kind of like clean the house, for example. If you've been going through a really tough time, it can be that, you know, you've accomplished something or broken through a very difficult energy. For others, as I said, it could be an achievement of, you know, a promotion, or there's some sort of prosperous energy, a result here that you will celebrate. And no matter what your idea of success looks like, because of course it's going to be different for everyone, Six of Wands indicates you will celebrate something. And the Justice card indicates it's good karma, but it's also your effort, your passion, your motivation, and your drive that got you there. Self-made energy is coming through as well. Now, of course, a lot of you, this is connected to contracts. So I would say you could win a lucrative deal, or you could win a competition, for example, for some of you, because this can be you being in a competitive arena. So I feel with the Justice card, this is also about court cases. So if you are going through a legal battle, it could indicate that you win something that was more than you expect, okay? Because you're leading with integrity, you have the sword of truth about you, which means that, you know, you're being honest, you're being above board, and whatever it is, you know, they always say that good people finish last. Well, not in this case. Good people finish first in this case. And I really feel that the universe is setting you up for something that is going to be truly long-lasting. And, you know, I mean, this card can also indicate that you may be dealing with either law or solicitors, lawyers. I mean, it could be that you're actually like creating a will, for example, or you're marking down who you want to have your estate in the future. I mean, it's a long way away, but it could be that you're thinking of those things right now. It could be that you are creating a legal structure. Some of you could be signing a deal on a property that you just purchased, because some of you could be that you're putting a deposit or a down payment on something at this time. Page of Pentacles is an offering of finances. So it could be that you have done your due diligence on something, especially property. And the Seven of Swords, I would say make sure you get good advice and that you check out everything, okay? That you get someone in to check out like the walls and the structure and all of those things, because you wouldn't want to leave anything like that that is a large sum of money to chance. And then, of course, you'll seal the deal by signing things there as well. But also this card, it basically indicates that, you know, you're speaking your truth, and I feel a lot of you are bringing your worries into perspective and seeing that, you know, worry is just a waste of energy, because if you can do something about the thing that you're worried about, you set things in motion to change it, to take action. But if there's nothing you can do about something that you're worried about, it's going to be what it's going to be. So you may as well channel your energy into something that you have the potential to change, okay? But I don't see anything here to be worried about, so I want you to be aware of that too. Now, for some of you, if financially you are having a few problems there, I actually see that you can make a call and you can find a solution. There's some sort of like debt payment solution I'm being given here. And of course, this is not going to be for everyone, but it is coming through, so I have to mention it there. Go to the actual person that you owe the finances. So for example, if you're a little bit behind on your mortgage or your rent or a service, for example, reach out to the original provider of that, whether it's your landlord or whether it's the bank or whether it is, you know, the service provider, and tell them about your circumstances. Do not ignore it, because it will snowball. Actually, I feel like they're there to help. And I feel the person you speak to on the phone itself actually went through something like that as well. And they want to help you. They are really compassionate. They are really caring, and they really do want to make things easier for you. So if you are going through any debt problem or anything that has been worrying you, I would say reach out, because the universe is lining you up with a person who can help, and actually someone who really cares and makes a difference. Kind of like helps you pay installments or helps you break down the debt and helps you with solutions. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. So please recognize that and do not ignore that, is what's coming through there as well. But also with this Justice card, I'm really getting an energy here of, you know, the universe supporting you and saying it's your time. It's your time to receive all the stuff that you've been investing in, because you've been working really hard. You've been blending your energies. Some of you, because we have this card, I'm being drawn before I go to highlight that if you have your own business, a lot of you could have been thinking about like business, and how you can like migrate your business overseas or create alliances overseas. And I feel, you know, getting advice, a good legal structure is important, because you don't want to misstep. If you try to do it alone, there's a potential that there could be a mistake, and it's an honest mistake. But sometimes in the eyes of the law, there's no honest mistakes, because they feel the information should be readily available when really we all know it's not. Okay, so I just feel it's important to get perhaps someone who's in the know to help you with that structure. So I'm just going to move away from that energy and get some final cards. Ooh, I'm seeing two people on a bike. That's random. So this could be that either you and your partner, or if you're in a high-level commitment, you and your partner are perhaps maybe going to take a little bit of time away together. You're also going to discuss a big move, is what I see there as well. I mean, it could also be partnerships this month, because you're 7th house, being in the flow, being in a synchronistic kind of energy where the right opportunities come towards you. Yeah, I'm just seeing a synchronistic energy. I mean, you've also got childhood there, so it could be because I mentioned earlier about legacy, that you are thinking about your whole journey since childhood. So it could be a lot of kind of like childhood memories come up this month. Got chocolate. Look at that. We've got universe. And my guys want one more shuffle, so I'm giving it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Want one more? Okay. And we've got person of air. Okay, which is you, my beautiful Aquarians. But this could also be a person that you're about to meet. So let's see. It says childhood. Okay, and it says innocence, playful, growing, friendships, lightness of being, foundations, the need of others, revisiting the past, loving life, no worries, inexperienced, growth, and new beginnings. I mean, a lot of that energy came up. I did pick up on the inexperienced person who may try to kind of like force their way into making some changes when actually I feel like you kind of like call them out on it, or they are called out on it. Also, no worries. Revisiting the past. Yeah. I mean, for some of you, you may hear from someone in the past. For some of you, it could be an ex because of that Seven of Swords. It could be someone who perhaps comes in occasionally, messages you, tells you that they miss you, but actually they don't bring any substance to the relationship. You know, this person, they're not capable of long-term relationships. This person, they're very conflicted within themselves and they are emotionally unavailable. So I would say to you, you know, if you want to connect to that, that's your prerogative, of course, but it may waste your time. So that's coming through there as well. But we also have, I hope I showed you that card. If I didn't, I'm just going to show you again. Okay. Then we have inventor. So lots of new ideas, plotting and planning. You know, doing a little bit of exploring this month. It says innovation, imagination, creative, gadgets, technology. I mentioned the app at the beginning. That definitely came up there. Groundbreaking developments. I mean, some of you may actually develop an app or be doing coding or something like that because you're utilizing your knowledge to maybe do these things. We've got, it's okay to fail. Interesting. I like that because it kind of like removes the pressure, as it were, because there's no such thing as failure, only learning how to do things differently. If you think about Einstein, for example, he didn't just wake up one morning and go, Eureka, I know the theory of relativity. No, he woke up every morning and tried something out and went, okay, that didn't work. Or, okay, I see where that could be beneficial, but actually I need to tweak it. And it's a continuous process. There really is no such thing as failure, only a learning curve. And if we all approached that kind of process in life, you know, we'd be more daring and try more things. So I feel this is your month to really just go for it, whatever it is, because you're going to find out actually you're very successful at it. I'm being given a quote. Interesting. By Coelho, Paul Coelho. Yes, Paul Coelho, The Alchemist, The Alchemist. Okay, I'm just being given this now. If it's still in your mind, oh, this is a conundrum because I'm just being given, if it's still in your mind and then it's really hazy and I can't see the rest. Oh, that's going to really bug me. Still in your mind. Okay, I'm going to have to look that up. All I'm seeing is if it's still in your mind. Okay, and then, but the energy I'm getting from it is if it's still in your mind, it's worth going for. I'm just getting this energy like it's go for it, go for it. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up. It's probably a really famous quote and I'm going to kick myself. But yeah, I can't see anything more than that. So I'll leave that there. Maybe some of you are actually reading The Alchemist, or perhaps you're going to be drawn to it, or it falls off the shelf, for example, as a sign from your guides. Read it, or something like that. But I mean, this is about self-discovery as well. So it could be that there is something on your mind that you want to invent or that you want to do, and it's relevant. Go for it. Anyway, let's move away from that. We've got do it again and again. Okay, I did mention some of you, if you go too quickly, you may have to revisit something there. Inspired ideas, setting trends, mastermind, and modern era. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that really connects to this period. If you are creating something, inventing something, please patent it, copyright it, make sure you protect your intellectual property is what I see there. We also have chocolate. Now, the chocolate can be very sweet, but it can also connect to the quick fix. Maybe that person is a quick fix, you know, flirtation perhaps, or it says here, though, satisfaction, perfection, love, romance, treating yourself, sweet, rich, smooth, splurge. What a word, splurge. You know, you don't hear that every day. Aphrodisiac, the good stuff, fine dining, doing things right, celebration, and elevated mood. So there's definitely something here to celebrate. I almost said elevated move as well. So I don't know if you noticed that, and I feel that's relevant as well. But this is a month to treat yourself, but also romance life a little bit more. Some of you may even get a little surprise gift from somebody. It may be chocolate in nature. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I mean, if you're in a high-level commitment, it could be romantic, but that's coming through there as well. Now we have source. Infinite, unending, enduring, eternal, creation, awakening, interconnected, higher perspective, the big picture, all that is, creative force, and the law of one. Well, you've definitely got the law of attraction in your energy. You have the law of cause and effect going on in your month as well. So I feel this is an indication that the universe is celebrating you and supporting all that you have been working towards. Also, you have synchronistic numbers here. You have double six. You have the temperance card twice. Sixes are all about balance. Temperance card is all about balance. So this means this month is kind of like a nice balance. It's a ticking over kind of month where things are happening. There's a celebration at the end and some good news coming in. But ultimately, a lot of the month is kind of like things maintaining and sustaining. We also have person of air. Okay. Now it says here, eloquent, rational, upright, quick-witted, unemotional, controlling, sarcastic, cold, abrupt, critical, and calculated. Now, because you have the Queen of Swords, this is attributes of the Queen of Swords, okay? So it can be that you're eloquent, rational, you're upright, you are honest, true, quick-witted, you're detached somehow in making a decision. You're having a logical response to something, which is really great. Always remember that the heart must be involved because the heart knows the way, but there needs to be a conversation there. But also, this energy of controlling, sarcastic, cold, abrupt, critical, calculated. It could be that you're dealing with a person like that, and I did mention that earlier, but I feel like you diplomatically deal with this person and kind of, pull rank or put this person in their place, and you kind of win the day. It could also be that you are discovering something about a person who is perhaps trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but you're like, not this time. And this could be, as I said, like a landlord or a boss or, somebody that you're keeping your eye on there. Okay. But it says here, person of air, the great mentalist. So you are very much cerebral in your mind, lots of plans, ideas, really great month there for you. And finally, we have curtain call. So if you are a performer, this could be a gig that you get on stage, or perhaps you're revealing something. Some of you, no matter what industry you're working in, this could be like curtains up. It's time to launch. It's time to get out there, show it to the public, or it's time to be seen. For some of you, if you've been in hermit mode, it could be that it's time to be seen, that you're getting out there. It says acclaim, fame, all of that came out in that Six of Wands. Acclaim, fame, recognition, parade, celebrity, admiration, applause, show, appreciation, spotlight, focused attention, theater, act, performance. You are watching a movie. Really random at the end, you're watching a movie. So it could be that you're going to be having a date night at the movies this month, for example, as well, with your nearest and dearest, or a new date, for example. I feel like you're exploring each other if you've been talking to someone already. I mean, there's a lot of flirtation there. It's very sort of like physical at this moment in time. Doesn't mean it's not going to develop into something more, but I feel it's a slow burn relationship. This person's very attracted to you if you're going on a date with this person as well. But yeah, I feel great month there for you to be appreciated for all that you're offering to your world. And I see that there are some successes coming in there as well. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have interesting. So we have the question mark. So this is, a month to question things, but also to explore the unknown or try new things that you've never done before. Some of you may even experience a person who really leaves you with a question mark, like, why do people act like that? Why are people like this? I don't understand. That's pretty much every day, I think, for all of us. But, I feel the question mark is actually not to be feared. I feel the question mark is really important. Asking questions is so important because that's when you're informed. So if there's something that you're curious about, get busy asking questions or get busy kind of investigating the way. Find out what you need to know before you proceed and make a move. Also, we got the rose, which can indicate, of course, a month of romance or perhaps someone giving you a flower. I'm actually seeing someone walking down a sidewalk right now and being given a random rose. So that could happen to you, for example. I'm not really sure. I'm just being given that. It feels like a stranger. So it could be someone has been like deciding to go down the sidewalk and purchase a rose and is going to give it to the first person that they find attractive. So it could be like, I don't want to say a social experiment because I feel this person genuinely gives the rose because they're like, I want to give it to you. You're turning heads. You know, you're having a glow up this month. So it could happen for some of you, but I'm only feeling about 3% energy. So it is quite a small energy there. But ultimately, when we apply this to your energy, this could be that you're blossoming despite, you know, challenging circumstances. The thorns can indicate that for some of you, you know, you've had to battle away to be heard or seen or understood. And, you know, now you're kind of like speaking your truth and being seen. But it can also be that you've gone through a period of personal development and now you're blossoming and it's been challenging, but you're protecting yourself. Thorns are always protective. You're protecting your heart. You're protecting your path from energy that is toxic or has the potential to derail you from your goals and dreams. But again, not this time. You're very productive. You're very focused. And I feel you're allowing the right people and the right circumstances into your life as well. So a great month there. I will leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Aquarians. Also, if you'd like to be with the chance to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is envisage the world in a golden healing light. I really feel we're going to need it this year. That's all I ask of you, okay? If you walk into a room and you feel the energy is off just after two people have argued, okay, and you didn't hear any of the argument, but you can feel the energy in the room, that is something from within ourselves that comes outside of ourselves, okay? And we can feel that. It's tangible, you know. Just like I'm asking you to visualize the earth in a golden healing light. If we collectively do it together, then we can make a difference in some, maybe small way, maybe even a large way, but we must try. So that's all I ask of you. And when you've done that, if you could, in the comments box below, all you have to do is put an emoji of a world and a heart. And if you don't have access to emojis, then of course, please write the words world and heart, and I will enter everyone into a competition and announce the winner towards the end of February, probably after the 23rd of February, because Mars will be going direct. So I'll leave it there. Okay. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.